This is a bierock. It is one of my favorite things in the world. It is a yeasted roll filled with ground beef, onions, and cabbage, and sometimes cheese. They are really popular in my hometown. I'm from Hutchinson, Kansas. There's a large population of German Mennonite there, and they're also popular in other parts of Kansas as well as Nebraska. Sometimes people call them arunza. Let me show you how to make them. I'm making a double batch of bierocks because they freeze really well and I want to stock my freezer, but a single batch will make 12 bierocks, and I will give you amounts for a single batch here on the screen, or you can find the full recipe on the Baker Betty website. Just Google Baker Betty bierocks recipe. While my yeast is waking up, I am going to throw the rest of my ingredients into my stand mixer bowl. You can do this by hand, you can do this in a bread maker, you can do this in a stand mixer. I'm just going to use my stand mixer today. I'm using bread flour, but you can use all-purpose flour, and then I'm adding the sugar. It's not enough sugar to make a really sweet dough, just a little bit of sweetness. I'm adding my salt, and then I nuked my butter until it was very soft and a little bit melty, and then I'm going to add my eggs. Everything just goes right into the bowl. Nothing fancy. Fit my mixer with the dough hook, and I'm going to start mixing this on a medium-low speed while I pour the milk in. Now, if I was going to mix by hand, I would add all of the milk in and stir with a silicone spatula until I can't really do a lot more stirring. Then I would go in with my hands and just kind of massage the dough until it all comes together. Right now my dough is pooling a lot around the sides of the mixer. I want it to be pulling away more from the sides of the mixer and just pooling on the bottom. So I'm gonna add a little bit more flour until that happens. You can do the same while you're kneading it. You do want the dough to stay really nice and moist though, just not so unmanageably sticky. I took this out of the mixer, so hopefully you can see the texture. It should be really, really nice and moist and soft. That's what we're looking for. I kneaded this on a medium-low speed for about 8 to 10 minutes. You're going to want to do the same by hand. Now I'm just going to kind of tuck all the sides under, just kind of roughly round it into a ball. I'm going to plop it right back down into my mixer bowl, and I'll put a damp towel over this. We're going to let it rise. While my dough is rising, I went ahead and made my fillings. This is the more traditional filling. So it's ground beef and onions with a lot of garlic and cabbage. Typically you would use green cabbage, but I wasn't able to get any, so I just used purple cabbage here. And then you just season it really simply, a good amount of salt and a lot of black pepper. Now this is not a traditional filling. I just thought I would make something kind of different and fun. There's no recipe for this. This one is on my website with the bierock recipe. This I just kind of made it up as I went. I did onions, ground beef, and then I added a bunch of bell peppers and jalapeno peppers. And then I seasoned it really well with smoked paprika, cumin, some cayenne pepper, I think I said a lot of garlic, and then just salt. That's it. Going to divide my dough. It's a big boy now. So I'm just going to deflate it. I don't like to do this aggressively because we worked so hard to build our gluten structure. I just need to get some of that gas out. And then typically I would divide this just by eyeballing it since it's just for me and my husband. But because I'm making 24 of these, I am going to weigh it and then divide by 24, and I'll portion it out by weight. I'm just taking a piece of dough that I just kind of rounded into a ball, and I am going to roll this out. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't even need to be that thin because this dough is stretchy and it will stretch around the filling. I also added some shredded cheese after this filling has cooled. I did shredded cheddar. You can do whatever you like. And I'm going to take a pretty heaping 1/4 cup spoonful, and then all I'm gonna do here is just kind of pull the dough up around it and meet in the middle. And then I pull the other two sides kind of up to meet. So you have sort of this little kind of bow bun looking situation. And then just make sure all of the seams are coming in and being really nicely sealed together here. And then you're gonna put it seam side down, and I put plastic wrap over these while they are resting while I fill the rest. I let these rest for about 20 minutes while I filled the other ones, so those will rest while these bake. First batch is out. They're gorgeous, optional, but also not optional. I'm gonna brush them with butter because duh. Oh, I'm so excited. I eat these with mustard. I think that's the best way to eat them. Do you put anything on them, Chris? My husband does not like mustard. Do you just eat them plain, or do you put anything?
Plain, but sauce, barbecue sauce, or?
He says barbecue sauce. I'm very excited.